Tell me that does not look sick. So I was in Malaysia recently, and there's a restaurant that's known for doing falafel smash burgers, and it intrigued me. Let's make an Egyptian falafel with fava beans, put it in a burger with some amazing toppings, and see if it's any good. Egyptian falafel uses fava beans rather than chickpeas, and it gives them a fluffier texture that I find way better than regular falafel. So I've got a load of fava beans here, which have been soaking for around 8 hours. Now these are split fava beans which come dried. They've pretty much tripled in size, and you gotta take them and drain off all of that water. Now I've already prepped the aromatics that are going to go into this falafel, and I always start off by putting my greens. So we've got some coriander and parsley, as well as 100 grams of leeks and 100 grams of spring onions. I always put those in first because we're going to pour the beans on top, and the weight of the beans will push all of this light leafy stuff into the blades, and they will weigh things down to get it nice and pulverized. Then we're going to process this until it all comes together. I'm gonna have to stop a few times and scrape down the sides of the walls as we go, just to make sure it's all evenly processed. Now this has been processing for about 5 minutes. We wanna keep going until this has more of a paste-like texture. Let's take a closer look at this batter now that it's all been finely ground. And it is looking absolutely perfect. If you wanted to, you could take some of this and freeze it in some Ziploc bags, and you'll have it ready whenever you need falafel. Now there are some other components that I want to include in the sandwich. Let's make the first condiment that's going to take these smashed falafels to the next level. We're going to start off with a tahini sauce. I'm going to do a vegan one because technically these falafel patties are vegan, so we'll keep everything vegan, right? I'm going to go in with some tahini first of all. This is a nice Middle Eastern blonde tahini. I've got some lemon juice. This is about 50 ml. We're going for an extra sour version. And then I'm gonna season it. I've just got some salt, pepper, cayenne pepper, and cumin. As I whisk this, it's gonna thicken up and kind of stiffen, but it's quite thick, as you can see. You wanna get the taste right, and then you wanna thin it out with water. I don't want it to be too runny, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of water at a time and work it in. That's kind of how I want it. So I'm gonna add one more thing to this, and it is some Middle Eastern cucumber pickles, or Lebanese ones specifically. These are salty, they're crunchy, and they're the perfect kind of pickle for this sort of sandwich. I'm just gonna dice this into small pieces. Let's add that in. We'll give it a quick mix. And so there you have it. That is our delicious tahini sauce ready for our sandwiches. Now the next thing I want for this sandwich is something spicy, and sometimes in Egypt we do these stuffed falafel with harissa onions. We're just gonna cook them separately, and then we're gonna top the burger with them. To start with, you need some harissa. This is Tunisian harissa. This is the brand that we always get. Depending upon how spicy you want this, you can put as much harissa as you want. I'm gonna go in for about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half. And I've also got some tomato paste. Now this is gonna balance out the flavor of that harissa. And then for seasonings, I've got some salt, pepper, cumin, and some dried coriander. And I'm also gonna add in some olive oil, about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half. And give this a quick mix to incorporate everything. And then I've got a medium onion that's been sliced into thin strips, and I'll give it a toss to make sure it's all well coated. Those are looking exactly as I want them. They're gonna be nice and spicy, and they're just gonna give us some delicious texture in our sandwich. The last component before we can smash these is the spice coating. And this is traditional on Egyptian falafel. It is gonna be some dried coriander seeds, which have been lightly crushed, and just some sesame. So I'm gonna mix the two together. And that is just gonna give the exterior of our falafel some extra crunch. We're finally ready to get to cooking. Now, cooking the smashed falafel is half the fun of this recipe, and you can do that in any regular frying pan. However, because of their size, you'll only really be able to smash 1 or 2 falafel at a time. That's why I recommend you use a carbon steel griddle like this one from today's sponsor, Made In. Made In focus on making professional quality cookware for the home cook, and this carbon steel griddle is the ideal tool for making any sort of smashed food. This has a ton of surface area to cook on, so you can get 3 or even 4 falafel patties going at the same time. Because if you've got people coming around for breakfast, and you need plenty of servings, this can take them all. The griddle comes pre-seasoned and is naturally non-stick, and so you get the same performance of regular non-stick, but without the risk of any of those forever chemicals leaching into your foods. And in the 2 years that I've had this, I've used it on this induction stove, I've used it on gas stoves, and since it can handle up to 2000 degrees Fahrenheit, I've even used it on my barbecue when I need some ripping hot heat. Now, since Maiden's cookware is used by over 2,000 of the top rated restaurants in the world and over 1.4 million home cooks, you know you're getting a quality product. And personally, I find it performs just as good as it did on day one. So if you're looking for your new favorite piece of kitchen equipment, or you need a gift for the griller or home cook in your life, check out the carbon steel griddle and Maiden's other cookware by clicking the link in my description to save on your order. Let's smash. I'm going to be using the Maiden griddle press to smash the falafel, and I recommend that if you do get this, get the griddle press. It is the perfect press for smashing things or even just weighing down a cheese sandwich. I've preheated this, so I'm going to start off by cooking the harissa onions. So this is just some vegetable oil. I'm going to spread it out. We're not fully cooking the onions though, so just trying to get rid of the rawness and give them a bit of a smokiness, a bit of a char. Now I'm happy with those onions, nice and charred, not fully cooked, still with a bit of texture, but the rawness is completely gone. Let's finally get to smashing some falafel. Bit of oil, add some of the coriander seeds, then I'm gonna grab like a large ice cream scoop of falafel batter, little piece of parchment paper, and then you smash. I'm gonna give it some more oil around the side. And once you do start to see some color on the edges, grab it, flip it over. But actually, before you flip them, you're supposed to put the topping on it. Now, I like to flip these quite often. I'll probably go maybe 1 minute to 2 minutes per side. So this one is looking done. Now, quick test of how you can check if it is. Just go in the middle with something a bit hard and press down. If it's squishy, then it's not ready, like that. But if you push and it kind of pushes back a bit, then it's cooked through properly. I'm gonna take these off and let's smash some more. Now, considering these haven't been deep fried, they've got some crispiness, they've got some texture, and they look absolutely delicious. Let's finally put this together. Got a toasted brioche bun here. Use any bun you like. I'm gonna put some of that tahini sauce, or just a little bit on the top. Then I'm gonna put 2 patties. Then some of our harissa onions. Then just add the top on. Now look at that, that looks like the sickest thing ever. I am so happy with that. Usually I'd be pausing and taking B-roll and stuff, but I just got to dig right into this. Wow. Just look at that cross section. Falafel is perfectly cooked. Condiments absolutely slap. You really don't need anything else in this. I thought I'd add something else, but nah, that chili, that onion, the texture from the pickles and the tahini sauce, this works so good. If you've always been hesitant about making falafel because you don't want to fry it, give the smash technique a try. This is a top tier sandwich.